Yeah, just like, yeah. And then the... Hello and welcome to Here's a Thought. Today we are here with our second episode, LGBTQIA rights, struggles, information and education.
And speaking of the LGBTQ plus community, recently I've been going about and asking what it means and everything, and so far, no one's given me a straight answer. And speaking of straight, none of us are.
No, yeah. So we'll go and introduce you. We've got a couple of new people on our mics, so would you like to go first?
Hi, I'm Ace.
Pronouns?
They, them.
They, them?
Yeah.
Hi, I am Ash, I'm also they, them.
Hi, I'm Heather, I'm she, her.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, I'm she, her.
Hi, I'm Holly, I'm she, they.
Hi, I'm Tegan.
Just Tegan.
Just Tegan. You just Tegan.
No pronouns.
Just Tegan.
Do not refer to.
No, it's just Tegan. Tegan.
Tegan.
Tegan. T/Gan. Okay. Oh my god. 5 seconds in, already in shambles. Look at us go.
We're setting a record.
We are. We really are. So, welcome to the episode. We're doing, this one's very gay, so just get used to it. It's going to be very, very gay. So I think we should start off, just to people to understand who we are and what we are. Should we go with sexualities?
I am pansexual, which means I am pansexual, which means I don't see gender. It's more based on personality.
Nice. I am gender fluid, which means I waver between genders because I just can't get enough of them. But I'm also asexual, which means I have no sexual attraction to anyone. I just like them as a person.
I'm also asexual. I feel no sexual attraction and I am also sex repulsed.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, so that is a questioning thing that I will leave for later.
I'm demi-romantic, which means I can only feel romantic attraction when I have like a strong friendship with someone, and I am also omnisexual, which is similar to pansexual, but like you feel attraction to different genders differently.
Ooh, that's cool.
Tegan?
Are you just Tegan still? Are we just Tegan still?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about
Yeah, Tegan's just a voice. We have no access to Tegan. She is just Tegan. Yeah. But yeah, should we start off, I think, getting to the meat of it, because we've waffled enough already. Some anecdotes about what it's like being gay. These can be negative, these can be positive, just basically things that have happened to you, either that made you realise you were queer, or have happened since coming out, just little anecdotes so we know more about who you are as a person. Do you want to go first? Thanks.
I don't know, because not many people know me. I haven't come out to, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the ones that I have, I'm a lot more happier. I can actually be myself. You know, there's a lot more people to meet once.
Yeah, honestly, you don't realise how underground some queer people are until you come out and they're like, oh, I can see everyone now. It's kind of, I see it.
Sound.
I see colours, yeah. I see
The rainbow.
Yeah, you can smell colours. It's basically what it is. I mean, it's pretty difficult to explain what gender fluid is because at first I thought I was non-binary, which is just gender no. Just when you tick a box and go no. But the thing is, I'm other. Like when you have forms as to what gender you identify as, other. I'm a lot of others. It's basically what I am, a lot of others. But being gender fluid is quite hard because it's difficult to present. Because half the time, I'm lucky I got my hair cut quite recently, which makes me look a bit more masculine. But it's difficult, especially when I'm out in public. I live in Bedford Town, so it's, you know, yeah, it's a big oof right there. I used to work at JD Sports. Yeah, I can see the grimaces in the room from that. Yeah, a queer kid working at JD Sports. That's a story to tell. I can tell you that for a fact. But yeah, I used to get a lot of young man. I had my hair cut right after I started working at JD, so I had a lot of this young gentleman. Obviously, because I've got like mostly very little hair. But it's quite difficult to kind of present as, because I have masc and femme days, but some days I just have nope. I just have no days.
Nothing.
And nothing, and it's really difficult because I don't own can't really buy gender neutral clothing. Like it's just kind of impossible to buy gender neutral clothing. But yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in terms of asexuality, it's that sort of like a spectrum, so it's different for everybody. So asexuality isn't defined as one thing. So some people, they don't feel sexual attraction, but they don't mind having sex.
Yeah.
Some people don't feel sexual attraction, but they just know they don't want it. Like they want to die virgin, which is me. Sorry.
Because similarly to the LGBT community, you have an asexual community, like aromantic, asexual. Like people will go, oh, you're not asexual because you have sex. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It's a massive spectrum of different people. Like
It is.
I'm asexual, but I've got a partner. Some people don't want a partner at all. Some people don't mind having a partner. It's personal. It's to you, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think people always get like asexual and aromantic confused because like just because I don't want to have sex doesn't mean I don't want to fall in love.
Yeah.
You know, I still want to, and that's the other thing as well. I don't know my romantic attraction either. I'm kind of questioning. I'm trying to figure life out at the minute. So it's kind of, I'm not really thinking too much about the future because I'm trying to think of my life now, and I'll kind of, when I figure it out, I'll know. You know, it might turn out this whole time I might be straight after all. I don't know, but low-key I hope not. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just still trying to figure it out, and like that people figure out like so later on in life as well. Like I've had people who are like in their elderly years and they've only just figured it out, and it's like it'll take me as long as it takes me. You know, it's kind of, and also right now it's not necessarily my priority because I don't really want to be in a relationship at this point in my life anyway. So why do I need to know if I don't? It kind of, it's different for everybody, you know. It's kind of like people have these like different like all these ideas on what sexuality and romantic attraction has to be, but it really does. It's personal, you know.
Yeah, you can't stick a label on something.
You can't.
You really can't.
I mean, for me personally, I think there's way too much pressure on young children, or like young teens, to know like what their sexuality is, what their gender is, and it's like you have to be labelled this, you have to be labelled that, and it's like I don't know, because we've got so much time to live and like we just don't know yet because we've only lived 16, 17, 18 years.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's just really hard, and I think that's like one of the reasons why I'm questioning, because I just don't know. I can't put a label on it because I've not experienced all of the experience that I think that I would need personally to make a decision, like to know fully.
We've not been around long enough to really know. Like, mind you, we said we might feel a bit older, but we are literally only like between 16 and 18.
Yeah,
We
and
are
that's
so
like quarter of
young.
the way through our life.
That's
you
literally,
know?
we're not even at a quarter life crisis yet.
Yeah,
we're not even mid, we're not even quarter way there.
Yeah. Why do we need to know now we're not even quarter of the way through our lives?
Exactly.
You know, it's kind of like, it's crazy. It's, and there's people who have their whole life figured out. Like my friend was telling me the other day, she was like, I want to get married at 22 and then I want to have like 3 kids. And I was like, how can you know that at this age?
I don't know what I'm doing. Like if I'm being blunt honest, I didn't think I'd make it past my 16th birthday and get into sixth form in the first place. So that I'm here today right now is, in my eyes, a massive accomplishment for myself.
Proud.
Very proud.
Thank you.
Just going back to what I can't remember names. I'm terrible. Sorry.
Me.
Next.
Charlotte.
Going back to what Charlotte said about like not experiencing things as well. Like from experience as well, I grew up in a very sort of binary situation where my parents were like, "You was born boy, so you must be boy." It's just you are boy. You must be boy.
Similar situation.
So it's similar situations to like some people that like grow up, and that's why they, when they're older and they understand, and they're like, well, I don't live under your house now. I can be who I want to be.
Yeah. With my parents, they were very like, my house, my rules. Like, nope. It's like, you had me. I didn't ask to be here. I get to do what I want, not you. It's like, you can't pick gender for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I mean, going back to what you were saying about there's no like gender fluid clothing, this is like another thing, kind of like people have these ideas of like what a boy can wear and what a girl can wear. Like, no, wear what you want, wear what makes you happy.
Like-
Nobody cares.
Like you have like with babies, like there's very blue oriented, very pink oriented.
Yeah, like gender
no.
reveals.
Like gender reveals. I'm like, no.
I've been extremely fortunate because my mum, especially, has been very open about all of this my entire life. In fact, my oldest sister, who's about 15 years older than me, I think when I was about 10, she came out as transgender, and my mum has been extremely supportive of her the entire way through.
Can your mum adopt me?
I mean,
Is it an open household?
Is it an open household?
I mean, yeah, I can ask if you want.
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Next episode we'll be going through adoption papers.
Yeah, also, coming back to what Charlotte was saying earlier about not having to know at this stage in our lives, I think it's also important to say you don't have to figure it out straight away. If you find a label that you think fits you and then later on you decide that actually that's not quite who you think you are, it's perfectly acceptable and good even for you to change what you think you are.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's like when I came out, I didn't really come out as non-binary. I kind of just was it. And then I came out as gender fluid, like blunt force to my parents. They'd be like, "Oh, it's always a phase with you, isn't it?" I'm like, "Mate, I am 16. I don't know what I'm doing. Just leave me a be." Like, Because honestly, yeah, I don't want to get into it. My dad is a whole just another level of just nope. Just nope.
Just nope.
Just nope, yeah. But yeah, my mum's getting really good at it. She's mostly just referring to me as her eldest. I get a lot. Yeah, it's very, very sweet because obviously I've only got one younger sister.
Yeah.
So she's got, oh yes, it's my eldest Ash. Like she's gotten a lot better because my dead name is literally just like, my preferred name is the first 3 letters of my dead name. So it's quite easy. But yeah, I had a friend who went from to Lynx. I think you might know them, Molly.
Yeah,
Lynx.
I've met Lynx.
You met Lynx, haven't you? Yeah, they Lynx went from like a very different name jump, but yeah.
Lynx definitely suits them better.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, especially with the new haircut, they look really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like in like schools and stuff, we're also not taught like enough about it because I don't even know what like omnisexual was until Holly said it earlier.
Same.
Yeah.
And
Thank
like
you,
I
Holly.
just feel like we just don't know enough about anything.
Yeah. I mean, sorry. Yeah,
I'd just like to say, you know in middle school where they give you that like really awkward sex education talk?
yes, and they separate you from boys to
yeah.
girls.
We
Oh
had-
my god.
They showed us
I'm waiting for it, yeah. I would just stand there and it would go, nope.
they showed us this video.
Yeah, not even lying, I'd hide in the toilets.
They showed us this video and like it got to the part where they were gonna talk about gay sex and then they just kind of paused it and skipped past it.
Oh no, I never even got that.
So they didn't even try.
I never even got that far. They were just like the separate boys and girls. I would just stand there like a 12-year-old me going no, and I would hide in the disabled toilets for like an hour. And they'd be like, but where'd Ash go? And I'm like, nowhere. I was definitely where I was meant to be. But
I
yeah.
remember I was scrolling through my For You page and this scene from Sex Education came up.
I love Sex Education.
And there was this scene of like they were separating girls and boys into sex class.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was these 2 gender fluid people, and they were kind of like, well, where do I go? Because I don't know where to go. There's no option for me, because I was born a girl, but I don't identify as a girl. And the teacher was just like, just kind of like, just go in there and like, just go with the girl since you were born a girl. And it's like, that's no.
No, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, the struggle with the uniform. I went to Bedford Free School, which is I'm calling you out, Bedford Free School, stop it. I'm calling you out here. A very, very strict uniform. People are like, oh, but you get the highest grades. Yeah, but it literally nearly kills you. They had a very strict boy-girl uniform rule. I was like, that's not happening. Literally, no, I have a story. I was in year 9. It's the very beginning of year 9. And I never wore a skirt. I always got in trouble for not wearing a skirt. But I did think I bought a boy's blazer. The only difference, the boys and girls had a pocket. That was it. That was literally it, had a pocket. And I wore boys, quote unquote, boys' shoes to school. First day, I walk in the gate, and the head teacher goes, what are you wearing? I go, my school uniform. They go, no, that's not your school uniform. I go, yes, it is. And I was on the verge of getting expelled from that school for it. But here's the thing. I campaigned for the head boy and head girl to be head pupil, and I ended up being deputy head female girl, even though I was adamant. I was very protested that I wasn't a girl, I was gender fluid, I was nothing, I wasn't anything specific. Literally the year after I leave, I go back to the school to collect some work and they go, oh yeah, we've got head pupils now, and I stand there and I go, 3 years I spent going, can you make it gender neutral? Because I know there are kids in this school that are gender neutral, I know it, because I know like 5 of them. And they were like, we'll think about it, and it never happened. The minute I leave the school, they're like, yeah, no, we'll change it now. They're gone now, we don't have to think about it.
If you look at the
That's always the way.
It happened, I mean, yeah, it happened. But yeah, that's like the one good
It's like
thing.
typical when you left.
Yeah, it's the one good thing that school did. Yeah, calling you out. Suck it. I think anyone who went to Bedford Free School knows exactly what I'm on about. They know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah.
Does anyone else have any experiences they want to share?
Yeah, in or out of education.
Why can you look at me for this?
Well, you might have something you want to share.
Tegan, are you still alive?
Tegan the voice.
Tegan the voice. Are you still alive over here? Get on the mic, come on.
You want to say anything?
We just know you was
Even
Tegan.
if it's not your experience, if you know someone
if you know
else.
someone else.
Well,
Yeah.
first time I knew that I was bisexual was like when I first looked at girls.
Yeah.
Because I always did them pretty.
That was called for. Sorry. Yeah, women.
Yeah. And then I just found out that I was bisexual and started having a crush on this girl for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I told her and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm straight now. I
Oh.
was like, oh, okay.
Oh, wait, did anyone else have this thing when you came out? This is more for like the girls who had those kind of girls in school. You'd go to science. Like, why is it always science? It seems to always be science for me. You'd sit down, and for some reason the school had just found out you told one person it's a public information that you're
Yes,
gay. And the girls went, I hope you don't have a crush on me because you're gay. And I'm like, hun, your makeup is about 3 inches thick. I can see 5 layers of eyelashes on there. Trust me, no, it's never going to happen. But
I've heard people use the comeback that's like, even if you were gay, I wouldn't hit on you anyway.
Yeah, I would literally just go, yeah, no, just no. But yeah.
That happened to one of my friends, and they were in the girls' change room. It happened, and like they all came up to them, and they were like, "I hope you don't have a crush on me," and they were like, "No."
And they were like, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like the week after, for some reason, the school had found out I was queer. I went into the changing rooms to get changed, and all the girls were like, "You shouldn't be in here. What if you hit on one of us? What if you touch one of us?" And I'm like, You think my standards are that low? Like, all I can smell in this room is Victoria's Secret body spray and aerosol. Like, trust me, I'm good.
It's always the Victoria's Secret.
Like, I would get changed in the toilets just because I wasn't asthmatic, just the smell was just too much. Like, 5 different Victoria's Secret sprays all at once, 15 different aerosols. I was just like, I couldn't.
Don't get me started, especially in the boys' changing
Yeah,
room.
you would the door
room.
would open,
The
it'd be a
boys.
waft of just
Like,
aerosol links. Just
Walking in that thing, you would need like a gas mask, and it needs to be the highest grade.
the amount of links that you can just smell out through the door.
It was links. It was a fire hazard. I'm not even gonna lie. You have each boy putting on both aftershave and antiperspirant spray
At the same time.
At the same time, and you're like.
You just couldn't read. Yeah, the number. I didn't know there were different flavors of link smell until I
Flavours.
Flavors. Scents. That's what not flavors. Yes, yeah, they're very tasty. Sandalwood. Yummy. No, I was in Tesco's buying body spray, and there was a Lynx aerosol that was cookies and sandalwood. Not even joking.
They all just smell the same to me.
Yeah, I mean, I own a Lynx body spray. It's a body wash, and it's yeah. It's like a green one. I think they're all probably green. I think it's like a guava one. I don't know.
Apple and mango. Come on.
Here we go. What was it? Second tangent of the day. Second round on Lynx now because I love the flavour of Lynx body spray, guys. They're very tasty. No, different scents.
Do not eat.
Don't for the love of God, don't eat Lynx. Do not eat Lynx.
Do not consume the links.
Do not. I didn't know there were different smells of Lynx. There we go, using the right word now. Until the boys' changing room door opened behind me, I was like, oh my God, I might die. I might die here. Today might be the day that I die. Yeah, has anyone got any more?
I feel like toilets as well at school, because I mean at my old school we had unisex toilets, which was really, really good. But at my new school we have girls' toilets and boys' toilets, and for the people that are like non-binary or anybody under that umbrella or like outside, it's really, really hard for them because they just have to like try to find a toilet, and there aren't any because the disabled ones you're only allowed to use it if you're disabled. And so it's very...
I feel like Holly can vouch me on this. There was only 2 gender-neutral toilets, inclusive toilets in the sixth form. There's one which is like the disabled toilet in the main building, and then there's one like hidden away in the Trinity building.
Yeah, the Trinity building. I was going to say.
But I don't have any classes in the Trinity building.
Neither do I.
So if I need to go to the toilet, I have to go all the way from the main building, across campus, up some stairs in a room that I'm not meant to be in, go down some stairs and go to the toilet.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Yeah. But in my secondary school, in my second year, they actually put in some gender-neutral toilets, like right in the front reception area.
I don't know where any of the sixth form is. I used to know where everything was at my old school, but now I know where like 3 rooms are and that's it.
I suppose when you're kind of doing the same subjects that you kind of go to the same places.
Yeah, because obviously they do a lot more subjects at the college that I go to. It's very different because obviously I used to do like 7 GCSEs. So you knew where every room was because you did every subject at some point. But people would go like, oh yeah, I'm in like G17. I'm like, where?
Where's that?
Where's G17?
Yes.
Yes, I know where G17 is. Yeah, I have 2 classes in the main building and one in like the drama studio in the Trinity building. And they're like the only places. Like, will you walk me to my class? Where's your class? F14. Where? Can you walk me to your classroom?
Someone once asked me where G22 was.
I know where G24 is.
Like, we were literally like right down the corridor, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I used to have enhancement in G24, but I don't know where any of the rooms were. But yeah.
Oh no, we also have like my rooms in college are named by letters and everything. Oh yeah. And they're like, oh, come here, and I'm like, we have a problem. You're using both letters and numbers.
We have letters.
Yeah, we have letters and numbers.
And there's me being like, I can't read letters nor numbers.
We'd have G for ground floor and F for first floor, and then T for the Trinity building, but I never had any lessons in the Trinity building. So someone go, can you walk me to like T14? I'm like, Where? What corridor? And then like, it's another building. I'm like,
Oh yeah, another building, no
Another
chance.
building. No. It's nothing.
But yeah, we have like something called the ZEC room.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's called the ZEC. It's like zoo educational something.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it is. I get to work with
I
animals.
was going to say you just
Oh,
bring in like a panda.
Do you go to Shuttleworth?
Yes, I do.
My mum goes
my
there.
friend does
Wait.
equestrian care there.
What course are you doing?
Yeah, what
Pardon?
course are you doing?
Animal care.
Yay!
It's the gayest one there.
Can
Of
you
course I'm
bring
doing
in?
it.
Can you bring in an animal for us one day as a special guest?
No.
My
Well,
mum's doing a.
we do have sugar gliders. No, they're tiny. They're tiny. I have a bunch of photos of them.
Oh my god.
Wait, are you in your first year?
Yes.
You might know my friend. I'll talk to you afterwards.
Just,
Shall I just say it
Go
now?
on, do it.
Do you know Georgia Lammy?
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Georgia.
Shout out to Georgia.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Unfortunately not, 'cause we're all in different rooms. But, yeah, I have a photo of a ferret mid-bite.
Oh!
So you have to handle ferrets, and it's just
Ferrets are like furry snakes. Can I
yeah.
put that on? The ferrets are just furry snakes.
with
Snakes
a
are so
temperament
cute.
issue.
Yeah, with like they're just very. I think they're just ADHD furry snakes.
My mum
Putting it out there.
is taking a horticultural course there.
That's a big word that I don't know.
Plants.
Plants. Okay, cool.
Because we've all
Word
gone
of
to
the,
like
word of the day.
Yeah, word of the day. Agriculture.
I feel like we've gone on a
Yeah.
bit of a
Yeah, we've gone off topic.
like new
Right, yeah.
new schools, new sixth forms, new colleges. How do we all feel like the gay representation is that? How do we feel like they've been accepting?
It's really bad in
not
schools.
very good.
Especially
yeah.
with my course, animal care.
a queer course, but-
it is very gay. Like I'm not gonna. I walked into one room and I was like, yes, I can tell everyone I'm gay here. Why? Because you
You
all
can tell.
the gaydar just goes off.
Yeah, it's just a massive blinking alarm in your own head. Yeah.
I mean, at one, my friend now, they came out as non-binary, and yeah, they green hair. I'm like, yeah.
Anyone with dyed hair who doesn't
Yeah.
look like they should be in a straight room, they are queer. Like you look in a room, you read the room, you look around, especially when you're going to a college because no one looks the same. You're like, yep, dyed hair, yep, more than 2 piercings, queer.
You know what? I actually wish I.
There is a tick
sorry.
list. There's a tick list that I go through. in
You've got
my
like a
head.
whole
Wonderful
I have
fashion
to make sure before I go up and go, are you queer? They're like, no, and I'm like,
Platform shoes, like
yes, yeah,
yeah.
platform shoes,
I'm
some
yet-
kind of
I'm yet
fishnet.
to find some like the people who are come under like the goth aesthetic, like myself, like goth punk. I'm
My
yet to
girlfriend's
see.
like a Lolita goth, and I love it. I'm very jealous of her.
I can
fashion.
confirm your girlfriend is adorable.
Thank you. Shout out to Ellie McLennan. Love you.
Yeah. Shout out to Ash's girlfriend. But yeah, I honestly wish I could relate. Like majority of my class are like the boys, and they're like homophobic. Yeah,
Lads.
yeah.
Lads.
There's only like 4 or 5
Lads,
people that are like actually cool, and like we try to educate them as much as we can, and it's really annoying because
Does
there's
it work?
no.
There we go.
Yeah, it's really annoying, but it's kind of like I remember this one time we were learning about sort of like it was actually we weren't able to learn about sexualities and that, and we were learning about intersex, and one of our teachers said, "Do you know what this symbol is?" And then one of the boys turned around and went, "Bisexual."
Ooh.
And then all the boys
Swing
were
and a miss.
laughing, and then everyone was kind of like,
The collective just inhale of it's swing and a miss, mate.
yeah, and I don't know. And then the same boy turned around and went, "I'm not being funny, but why can't you just be gay or straight? Why do you have to be bisexual?" And I was like, because that's not how it
Because
works.
it's people like you.
Yeah,
People like
exactly.
you who swing me away from wanting to be straight.
If I have to be bisexual to prove that it's a thing, I will.
Just
I-
the spite.
I do it out of sheer spite.
Yeah.
I think it's sheer spite is what it is. But yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just really stupid. But there's a couple of cool people in our class that kind of just get it. But it's really annoying how so many of my class are just the boys, and and like there's a trans girl in our class, and everyone was being transphobic until she showed up, and then suddenly they're like,
Yeah, and suddenly the room goes quiet.
yeah, and they're all like, "Oh no, it's fine," and it's like, don't act like you weren't being transphobic 10 minutes ago, like.
I feel like
It's-
also.
Sorry.
you go.
I mean, in my school, like we were talking about like Christmas songs, and you know, Fairy Tale
Oh,
New York.
yeah, I know exactly what one you're on about.
They were all like, "Oh yeah, it's great to say we're fine. We can sing the after song." And I was like, "Well, are you gay?"
Yeah,
and they were like,
people-
"No."
people
And I was
think-
like,
So you
so.
can't.
Fairy Tale New York.
Yeah, people think if you're friends with gay people, you can say that slur. You can't. So
It's like,
shush.
I have a black friend, so I can be racist.
No,
No.
it doesn't work like that.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
I had someone that I used to go to school with, and it was Christmas, and they were playing like Christmas songs in like the hallways, and that song came on, and obviously they had blurred out the word, but my friend was singing it, and I heard her say it, and I was like, "Why did you say that?" Because you're gay. It's fine. I'm like, "No, you are a straight woman. You just because you think you can, yeah." It's like when straight women think they have a gaydar, you don't. You do not have a gaydar.
You have just brilliant eyesight.
You have brilliant eyesight to spot gay people because it's really not that hard. It's really, because they have better fashion sense than you. So, sorry. But yeah.
I know, it's kind of like people are saying like, oh, it's fine because they meant it like lazy. It's like, it doesn't matter how they meant it, how you mean it, it's still a slur. You know, it's like...
I get it, it's a song from the 50s, but
back then in the 50s...
Back then in the 50s, that was a really, really normal thing. Now we've got laws against it, so... Yeah, literally, if the radio doesn't put the word out, you can't say it, because the radio makes the laws, apparently. Like, because whatever they blur out, you can't say. It's just kind of how it works. Really.
Well, it's also you've got kids' ears, because you've got other songs, and then because of especially, I'm gonna sound like I'm a millennial, or something, but you've got today's generation, and you've got
Okay, boomer.
50, okay, boomer, yeah, pretty much. But it's 50-50. You've got us who don't. We just live. We just live, laugh, live long, laugh.
Live, love, guys.
Live, love, pretty much. We just prosper what we have, and I tend to make jokes all the time, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is a serious situation."
Can't make that joke.
I'm like, I can't be serious.
Here's the thing: we're enjoying it while it lasts, because thanks to you guys, there isn't much time left for us. Thanks to you lot, we're clinging on with what we've got. Honestly, we are clinging on.
Yeah, and then it's just and then you got the other ones, especially sort of codename Karens, who are it's fun fact today on the bus, not the bus, the train.
Oh, the train.
I took a train here.
Oh no.
And I'm exempt for medical reasons.
Yeah, you've got lanyard, haven't you? You've got a lanyard.
Yeah, terrible memory. Didn't bring it.
No. Oh, fun.
Fun, yeah.
Yeah,
basically,
God,
so I was trying to talk to her, and I was like, yeah, but it's a mental condition. And she looked me dead in the eyes, and she goes, "Can I see it?" I'm like, and I'm just
oh my God.
It's mental.
Yeah, let me just get my.
I'll just get an X-ray and just scan my head.
Yeah, I think I might have left it in my wallet at home. Sorry. Yeah, because a lot of people do it. I have a cousin who's got severe autism who doesn't wear a mask because of sensory issues. It can be sensory, it can be mental, it can be asthmatic, things like that. You are just because and a lot of times the Karens won't be wearing masks themselves.
Oh no, they will.
Let me see yours.
They'll be wearing it like this.
Yeah, they're wearing it literally on their chin.
Under their nose.
On their chin,
on their
or
chin.
underneath it.
Yeah.
Or they'll have it dangling from their ear.
Yeah, I'm still wearing
it's
it.
It's just that's not an earring, it's a mask.
Yeah,
Use it properly.
Yeah. But you know what? I hate Karens.
And Carls.
And Carls. Karens and Carls who think they know what they're talking about when it comes to gay rights. So I've got a gay uncle, a gay cousin, so they think they know absolutely everything. They think they know.
But see, the thing is, they know they don't know everything, but they don't even bother to educate themselves.
Yeah, I hate that.
I always find that.
Because
they will take facts that they know.
Quote unquote.
And quote unquote know. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, but it says this. It's but you've also missed
this, and this.
This, which also, if you read it,
you'd know
that I'm allowed to not wear one.
Yeah.
How do you think that we could educate the older generation?
Listen to your kids. Listen to them.
Yeah. Keep an open mind.
They know what they're talking about. Let them talk.
Because what I find is that a lot of older people are so old-fashioned, and that means they're really close-minded. They keep the tradition. I saw someone on Facebook, it's a goldmine for Karens, the other day, and was complaining about the same-sex couple on Strictly, and was like, but it should be traditional, because traditionally a man should lead a woman. And I'm like, gay people have been dancing all their lives, and they pick who leads, and that's the beauty of it. They can switch who leads. It's just because it's not traditional doesn't mean that these people can't dance. Anybody can dance, and it's but to win a dance competition it has to be traditional. No, not necessarily.
Strictly Come Dancing had a gay couple. This was it. This one?
I think,
they had a gay couple.
And they also had a deaf.
Deaf
one, and then that
so
started
sweet.
The deaf girl one. I watched the
amazing.
final. It was amazing, actually.
It was amazing.
Yeah, because of that movement, because of that, because someone deaf came on and everyone was speaking sign language. They came up and was like, everyone. It started this entire. I wouldn't like to call it a trend because it shouldn't be a trend, but a movement, where everyone wanted to learn something, like that thing on TikTok where people were signing, learning how to sign languages, two birds on a wire.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
And you've got other songs, and they'll just start signing out that song. And I find something like that is putting us in the right way. In some ways, it's helping us be a little bit more, especially for the older ones. It's being more open. And if you can be open about one thing, we can slowly add more.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's just all about representation. Like when representation just follows education, and it just opens people's minds so much more. And you know what? I used to watch Strictly Come Dancing a bit, and then I kind of stopped because it got a bit boring, a bit repetitive. And I've started watching it again recently because of how diverse it's becoming. Like I really like the gay couple and the disabled people that are on it, and I really like all this representation. It makes it just so much better to watch because you get to hear all these experiences, and it's educational, and it's really interesting, like hearing all these people's stories. And yeah, it's really so much just better to watch now.
Here's quite a blunt message to wrap up. Listen to your kids, because we know what we're on about. Just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean you need to outwardly hate the person for it. Because I've seen a lot of straight people go, but why don't we get parades? Why don't we get this?
Because you're not oppressed.
You've not had to fight to marry someone that you love. 2014 was when gay marriage was legal here. 2014.
Yeah.
That was the one, yeah. Literally,
That's
I think it was
7 years ago?
7 years ago. Ireland
That's
only
not
just
even that long
announced it
ago.
2 years ago.
And
Like,
you've still got other countries like
still got other
America,
countries
Dubai,
where
like
if I-
even in,
You've got other
like,
countries
Saudi
where-
Arabia, like more of the southern countries.
Southern.
It's still punishable.
If
By
I go,
death.
there are some countries that if I go to and people see that I'm queer, I will be put to death.
Russia. for
Russia.
example.
I cannot go to Russia. Poland. I'm going to Poland next year, which means I'm going to have to dress as straight as possible because I'm going to Poland for a weekend next
Hair
year.
down, wear a wig,
I'm
just
going to have to wear a wig. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to have to. Yeah, but yeah, don't think that you're entitled to do loads of things just because you have gay friends. Gay
And a
sons.
message to schools: get better at gay education.
Get better
and
at
just
gay
just LGBTQIA plus
Listen-
education in general.
You have a large number of queer students in your population. Listen to them, talk to them,
Yeah.
educate from them. Just because you're a teacher and you know what you're doing, you don't always.
Yeah.
You might be a teacher, doesn't mean you're right.
It
100%
takes
of the time.
experiences and
Yeah.
knowledge to educate people.
Yeah,
Unless
listen-
you're a gay teacher.
Unless you're a
In
gay
which
teacher, we
case-
love you. But yeah, listen to your students because they know what they're talking about because they're living it and you aren't.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was Here's a Thought. I'm Ash.
I'm Ace.
I'm Heather.
I'm Charlotte.
I'm Holly.
And thank you so much
And
for
I'm
listening.
Tegan.
Yes, Tegan's still here. Tegan is still here. Thank you.